Okay, y'all, so here is how the NBA has things set up. 22 teams will return to play, 13 from the West and 9 from the East. The league went with teams that were within 6 games of playoff hunt. When the season was postponed, the top 8 teams from each conference were automatically selected to play the remainder games of the season, and then the next 6 teams, regardless of conference, the next 6 teams that were only 6 or less games away from being able to get into the 8th seed, they were selected to come down as well to Orlando. So they're going to be playing 8 regular season games to determine seeding, as well as some quote-unquote preseason scrimmages in order to help the players, get their feet back under them, get back into the flow of things, because of course they haven't been playing for months. So being that there were games left before the season was postponed, you have these 8 regular season games basically to determine seeding, and then there's a potential play-in tournament. So if a 9th seed is within 3 games of the 8th seed, they have an opportunity to actually become the 8th seed, y'all. So the plot thickens. I think this makes things very interesting, especially in the Western Conference, of course, because it is so strong. If the 9th seed, at the end of this 8-game playtime, if the 9th seed is within 3 games of the 8th seed, they get to play the 8th seed. And so basically, the 8th seed only has to win 1 game to remain the 8th seed, but the 9th seed has to win 2, guys. So, say the 9th seed wins 1, the 8th seed still has a chance because all they have to do is win 1, and the 9th seed is knocked out. But if the 8th seed wins 1, the 9th seed is automatically, they're not going to the playoffs. So I like how interesting that gets, because depending on who ends up in the 9th seed, y'all, this could be very, very interesting for the playoffs. A lot of people have been saying that the Pelicans are probably going to take the 8th seed. I'm not sure of that because Ja, he's really held down the Grizzlies. And not just Ja, but the whole team. Everybody in that team has done their part in order to keep themselves in the playoff standings for pretty much most of the season. I'm thinking they have a pretty good chance of just staying where they are. So I'm going to get into my predictions for where I think the standings will be at the end of the 8 regular season seeding games. These games will be played across 3 venues at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex in Orlando, beginning July 30th. Just a side note, I truly want to thank the players for their sacrifice. They did not have to do this at all, and they chose to. They have families, children, responsibilities, etc. And these guys make so much money. So the fact that they decided to come back and play is just very commendable. And not just them, of course, the WNBA players as well. They're starting as well. And I'll be doing a separate video on them. So I just really, really, really want to thank the players. They didn't have to do this, and they chose to. There will be 32 preseason games, and I think most of them will be on NBA TV, if not all of them. And I like the preseason simply for the fact that teams will be able to get a feel for each other. They will be able to adjust their scouting reports because rosters have changed. Everybody is not with their team. Not every player is in Orlando right now, so teams will have to adjust to people who may not have always been in the starting lineup, or even a regular person off of the bench before quarantine started. We have the Bucks, Raps, Celtics, Heat, Pacers, 76ers, Nets, Magic, and Wizards. In the West, we have the Lakers, Clips, Nuggets, Jazz, Thunder, Rockets, Mavs, Grizzlies, Blazers, Pelicans, Kings, Spurs, Suns. First off, there are certain teams that I really appreciate being including in this opportunity to play, namely the Suns. I've been wanting to see D-Book in a playoff atmosphere for the longest, so this will give him an opportunity to work hard and get into it. Pelicans as well, they were in the hunt before the season ended and were playing well. Hopefully Zion will be back soon and things with him will be resolved in a positive manner. Kings, I look forward to possibly seeing De'Aaron Fox in a playoff atmosphere. Bogdanovich, Buddy Hield, these are all great players that play for the Kings. So the fact that they even have an opportunity to even attempt to get in is great. I think the Suns, they have the hardest chance because they have so many games that they have to win in order to even get close to the AC. At the end of the regular season, I believe that the matchups will be as follows. So Lakers will be playing against the Grizzlies or the Blazers. I'm going to give the Blazers the benefit of the doubt because they are at full strength again. So I think Lakers will remain the 1 seed, but they'll go against the Grizzlies or the Blazers. Clips will be going against the Rockets. I think the Rockets may slide down because they do not have a center, y'all. Nuggets against the Mavs. Thunder versus the Jazz, but I think the Thunder will move up to 4th and Jazz will move down to 5th. There are so many possibilities. In the East, everyone has had ample time to rest and rehab, warm up and get ready. So Bucks will more than likely keep the 1 seed. So it'll be Bucks versus the Nets or the Wizards. Nets are not bringing their star players, Kyrie or KD, back this season, so they may slide down to 8. So I'm thinking Bucks will either play the Nets or the Wizards. Rats will play the Magic because the Magic might move up to 7th. Celtics and Pacers will be the 3rd and the 6th seed matchup. And then Heat and the 76ers will be 4th and 5th. Let me know, guys, what y'all think of my selections, what you think will happen. What are your predictions? Again, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with this season. And I will be making an updated prediction video once these standings are solidified at the end of the 8-game season. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.